Hello, my name is Mr. Tamuno Kwani, and I'm a leadership coach and a goal achievement strategist. I help people develop confidence to know how to speak in front of any crowd, and also help them discover their goals and work with them to the end that they achieve those goals. I am happy that you are listening to me today, and I appreciate you a lot. Today, I'll be talking about how to think. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines thinking as to form or to have in mind, to ponder, to remember, to have an intention or an opinion. But the University of Malaysia, in their 9th International Conference on Cognitive Science, came about when they did a review on some students. They discovered that thinking is not just only conscious, but unconscious. And for the premise of having a precise definition for thinking for academic purposes, they discover that you have to put the unconscious aspect of thinking. Today, I feel that thinking affects the way you feel, and how you feel affects what you do, and what you do informs your character, and your character comes about, put together, is who you are. There's a saying that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Today, I'll be talking about 4 different amazing ways on how you can think correctly. The first one is thinking by planning. There was this young couple, they came together and the wife was pregnant. The man left for work, and when he came back, he saw his wife crying. And he looked and he said, "Sweetheart, what is wrong? Why are you crying?" She looked up and said, "My husband, I'm scared. I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen to this baby. And how are we going to take care of the baby? How are we going to have all the money to take care of the baby? How are we going to send the baby to school?" The man looked and smiled and he said, "My dear, not to worry. This child, as soon as this child is born, we are going to open a bank account for this child. We are going to put 5,000 every month for this child. By the time this child is 15 years old, that money would have accrued by compound interest to up to 1 million. I know you'll be thinking about inflation and all that, but the fact is that the money will still be there." So she looked up to him, and just like a lighted bulb, she was amazed and she was smiling. You see, when you plan by thinking, you avoid fear and apprehension. You are more confident because you know that that plan will work. Yes, things happen, but the truth is that when we think by planning, it gets better. The second thing is to have leverage. Take leverage of what other people have written or what other people have done. You're not the first to think about this. If it's an issue, look, in the academic world, they call it literature review. You review what other people have done. So read a book about what you are thinking about. Speak to a mentor. Get to go out there and see what that thing that you are thinking has happened to other people. Other people have done that before. So you're not a man that is a man in an island. You are someone who has access to other people. So leverage on their knowledge. And before you know it, you are getting much more than you bargained for. Number 3 is to challenge assumption. Not confrontationally, but with critical thinking. There are these 4 lepers in the Bible. They stood at a time where an army besieged their nation. If they go back, they would die. If they stayed there because there was famine and there was hunger. And the assumption at that time was that if they go into the army's camp, they will be killed. But they stood their ground and they challenged that assumption. They told themselves that we are going to stand and walk to that place. You see, as they began to walk and they went to that army's camp, they discovered that everywhere was empty, and they saw a lot of things, a lot of goodies. The point is that when you challenge an assumption and you get it right, you will learn a new thing, or you will get something better. Inventions today were created as a result of people challenging assumptions. But if you challenge an assumption and you did not get it right, you will learn something new. You see, for me, it's not about failing. It's about learning something, learning from your mistakes, and moving forward. The last but not the least is thinking positively. For me, I believe that one day I will stand before people. I will speak to them. They will be inspired. A large number of people. And I will let them know that what they have inside of them is a seed. And that seed is a solution to a problem out there in the world. For me, I believe that we can start small, but tomorrow we shall have greater things. You see, when you think positively, it changes everything. It changes how you feel, it changes what you say, it changes how you carry yourself because of being positive thinking. I will conclude by saying that you have to stop thinking about your past mistakes. Sit down, learn the lessons from those mistakes, and move forward. 2, you also have to learn how to think about things that give you great rewards and satisfaction in life. And you also have to learn to think about the things that helps you to achieve your goal. You have to, that is why we have our eyes forward, our nose forward, our ears forward, our mouth forward, because you must think positively forward. You see, there is no limit to how far a man can go in this life, but only the limit that is set by the way the man thinks. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Think right today. Thank you for listening to me, and have a great day. See you another time. Bye.